First of all, I would like to give you a big thanks to Kreupasanam Mother Mary and Jesus Christ for bringing me to this altar for the second time to give testimony of myself and all the blessings that I have received for me and my family. My name is Anne Marin Dominic. I come from Goa, St. Thomas Parish, Tivim, and this is my mother-in-law, Jessie Sebastian. So the first testimony that I have to give is about my allergies. So for the past 10 years, or I can say more than 10 years, I had different kinds of food allergies, particularly with respect to beans, peas, any pulses. So I was not able to eat any food item. And if I had to eat that, I would get big cystic acne on my face. And these would not go away. So when I used to go to the doctor, they used to inject me. So they used to say that there are these places where the cyst used to come. And every time if I had to eat anything that triggered the allergy, it would fill up again and remain as a big black spot all over my face. And there was no cure to this. So first it was my mother who took the covenant and who had placed this intention of my allergies, after which I had also taken the covenant and placed the intention of my allergies. And miraculously, by Mother Mary's blessings and Jesus' blessings, my entire allergies of all the food items that I had was completely cured. Now I can eat everything without the fear of deciding what to eat and not to eat. It was very painful for me because it was not just me who was, me avoiding the food was different, but because of me, my family also would not eat certain things which I could not eat. So with Mother Mary's blessings, this was the first testimony that I had to give. So I used to take the blessed salt, and I also used to take the blessed honey. And on my face, I used to apply the honey that was blessed, and the holy oil was applied whenever I say the covenant prayer. So then my second testimony was about the exams that I answer. So I am doing this course called MSc in Environmental Science through IGNOU. So one more thing is that I am a teacher. I teach in the higher secondary, and I have an MSc in zoology. So when I was doing this course through IGNOU, all the weekdays I have normal classes going on in the school. I take normal classes in the school, and I, as a student, for my IGNOU course, attend practicals on every Sunday. So it so happens that I have two small children, with the age 5.5 and 1.5, and during the time of exam, it was not at all possible for me to even spend 5 minutes to study for the exam. But whenever I used to travel for work or go to my classes, I used to always listen to the testimonies that were given. So it so happened that I happened to listen to the testimonies given by a few nursing students who didn't know what to answer for the exam, and they were very worried about their exam. So they wrote down 10 questions, and they placed it under Mother Mary's statue. And when they sent the covenant prayer, they said that if only the questions from this had to come, they would clear the exam. And they had cleared the exam. So with reference to that, because I couldn't study, I could just brush through 2 of those practicals that I had attended. And those were the most simplest practicals, and I didn't know if they would come for me also. But either ways, I wrote down those 2 questions. We have a statue of Kreupasanam Mother Mary at home. So I kept those 2 questions under the statue, and I told Mother Mary, I have studied only these 2. You know my condition. It's not that I did not study it on purpose. But if it is possible, Mother Mary, with your blessings, if only any of one of these questions come from these 2, will I pass the exam? Otherwise, I will not pass the exam. So now I'm leaving it to your hands. Now you do the rest of it. So on the way to my examination hall, to the lab, I was continuously listening to the testimonies, and I went on. So it so happened that for our practicals, all the papers are kept flipped aside. And so we have to choose one question randomly, and whatever comes is the one that we have to answer. So the one I prayed, I had the Odambadi salt with me in my lab pocket, and I had also drawn the sign of the cross with the blessed oil that was there. So with this, I went into the examination hall and I picked the question paper. Now, it so happened that the question paper that I had picked was of one of the practicals which I had not even bothered looking. I had not opened that page at all, and I was literally praying that I would not get it, that I should not get it. So then I was really literally in tears. So anyway, since it was given to me, I had no other option. I sat on my table, and I sat there and I was like, see, Mother Mary, I prayed. I know that I have left it into your hands. Now I'm still leaving it into your hands. You know what I have studied. And so whatever happens now is according to what God's plan is. So with that, I took the blessed salt from my pocket and I put it on my question paper. And I had no clue. I didn't know what to answer. I really didn't know anything. So, but it so happened that as soon as I put the blessed salt on my question paper, there was this girl who was standing right next to me. And because we were answering the IGNO exam that was there, so it was possible that some of us could not attend all the practicals that were conducted on every Sunday. So the examiner told us that, literally had told the entire lot that if there was anyone who had missed a practical and wanted to exchange it with another person who was willing to exchange the practical, could do that. So there was this girl who was standing right next to me and she was looking very sad. I was already sad and in tears and I didn't know what to do. So I was like, okay, let's just ask her and see why she is sad. So I was like, okay, you know what happened? Why are you sad? Don't worry, everything will go fine. And she's like, you know what? I have got this experiment of titration. She wanted the experiment of titration, and what she had studied was another one, and what she got was another one. And she was very sad. And she's like, would you want to exchange it? And I was like, okay, you know what is your experiment? Let me see. So her experiment was the one that was one of the two experiments that I had written on that paper and kept under Mother Mary's statue. And I had told Mother Mary that only if one of these two comes, I will pass. So miraculously, she gave me her paper. With the examiner's permission, she was like, I am willing to exchange. She gave me the question that she had, and I gave her the question that I had. And this was how, you know, both our problems were solved. And for me, I know that it was a big intercession from Mother Mary, because this immediately happened as soon as I had placed the blessed salt on my paper. And because I know that it was Mother Mary's intercession, I had cleared the paper with really, really high marks. And thank you so much for this. And also along with this, now I know that I was in such a difficult situation, and I was like, Mother Mary, it would be nice if everybody, when I listen to the testimony, says that, you know, they got so and so, maybe Mother Mary, a lady came in blue color or gray color, and I was like, what if nothing happened? So I was like, can you show me either gray or blue color, anybody in the examination hall? And then happens to come the examiner. She comes in this blue dress, and with that she had fractured her hand and she had this grey color cast. So I knew that both the colors that I had asked for, Mother Mary came, Mother Mary showed me that she is present over there. So that was a big miracle for me. So this was my second testimony. My third testimony is about one of the documents that I had to get. So I had cleared my SET exam, for which I had not got the certificate because I had answered it in a different subject. But my school requirement was such that wherein I needed one document from the university that I studied in, which was Goa University. So I knew that till then that having that document with me would be a benefit for me. But eventually, when I was supposed to go to collect the document that day, it so happened that I realized if I had to get it there for that particular reason, it might not be very beneficial for me. So I knew that I was in a dilemma, that I didn't know what to do, because I agreed that I would get everything was fine, that if I had to go to the university, ask the person in charge or the administrative section, they would give it to me. But so all along the way, I knew the school wanted it, I wanted it, but I also knew that if I had to get it, it would not be beneficial for me at that point of time. So anyways, I went to the Goa University. And throughout the way, I listened to the Tuesday retreat that I used to listen to every time. And when I went to the administrative section in the Goa University, I had to wait for a period of 45 minutes. So I thought, why not listen to the adoration and the retreat that was going on YouTube. So when I was listening to the retreat, suddenly I realized that there is this fragrance of jasmine that filled the entire room. I looked around to see if anybody had passed by with jasmine flowers, which was not possible. But I saw if anybody sprayed any perfume. But the entire room was empty. There was nobody in it, just me in front of the adoration on my mobile. And the entire room filled with the jasmine fragrance. And I immediately realized that it was Mother Mary who was saying that she is there with me, irrespective of whatever the circumstance is. So then I was like, Mother Mary, I know that you're with me. So now when I enter into the office, can you get somebody with a blue file just to show me that whether I get the document or I don't get the document, just to know that you are there and whatever is happening is according to God's plan. So I was standing outside the office door, and immediately a clerk comes with a blue file, and he gives it to the person inside. I go inside, and then he talks to me. I realize that I will not get the document, because of which I should say I was very, very happy. Now, generally, people pray to get a document. It is for getting a document. But this time, I genuinely was very happy that I did not receive the document, and it happened for the good only. So with this, I realized that, with the covenant, whenever we have any intentions, we may have certain needs and wants, but we need to know that God has a better plan for us. And it is not necessary that what we want is the best for us. And so I realized that not getting that certificate was the best thing that happened for me at that particular point of time. And the only reason for that was Mother Mary and Jesus Christ. And also through other circumstances, whenever there are any small cold or illnesses that are there at home, my children always first say that, let's put the blessed salt on our tongue, or give the blessed honey, and first take the blessed oil and put it on their forehead. It is only after that if anything happens, we go ahead. So through the covenant, we have grown in family, in faith for that matter. Our faith has increased a lot. You can say from, let's say, 10% to 80%. And not even 80%, 100% for that matter. We know that we can rely on Mother Mary and Jesus Christ for 100%, and they will do whatever is the best for us. As my deeds of charity, I used to distribute the papers that we get from Kreupasanam. So because we live in Goa, it was not possible to come every time to collect the papers. So whoever used to travel to Goa, whether it is my parents, my in-laws, or our neighbors, used to collect it. I used to take the English papers and distribute it to the church that I attend the mass in, and also in the Siro Malabar church in Goa. And also, my husband and I, both of us keep 10% of our salary aside to help the needy. Now, this was not because of compulsion or thinking that, okay, if we don't do this, something else is going to happen. No. So what we have decided is that 10% of our salary is not our salary. Now, this was told to us by my parents long time when we started working. So it was like, when you get your salary, you always take 10% of it, keep aside. This is not your money. You have a job because God has provided it. And so use it for Him. So every increment that you get, or every necessity that you have, is because of God. So what we both decided is that when we keep that 10% aside, how much ever, so you have to realize that if it is a little salary, 10% may seem less. It is a higher salary, 10% may seem more. So even that pinch, if we keep aside, we realize that that is not our money. It is to help somebody else. So this is what we have been doing as the part of charity. And whenever anybody else asks us for help, we are always there for it. So, and I would like to say sorry to Mother Mary and Jesus Christ for all the flaws that I have had in between all this. And also one more thing, I would always go for confession Most of the time in 2 weeks. If it was not possible in 2 weeks, it would be in 3 weeks. But I would make sure that I had gone for confession. And also I need to tell you that through confession, there is a big miracle that happens, a lot of healing processes that happen. So through the covenant, it has helped me a lot. It had helped me to become a better person also. Thank you.
Restore us, O God, let your face shine that we may be saved. In Psalm 80, verse 3 says us, today, Anne-Marie Dominique, coming from Goa, she is proclaiming what all the God's experience she had experienced throughout her life, especially after taking the covenant. Each testimony is what she was telling here. That says about how the covenant life made her to proclaim God in her life and in front of others. The Psalm 80 verse 3 says the same thing. Restore us, O God, let your face shine that we may be saved. When God's light, when it is shine upon us, surely our life will be illumined. And covenant is a relationship with God and man. In this relationship, a person purifies both spiritually, physically, mentally, and it is a holistic approach line. So, in her first testimony, she says that she was having food allergies for 10 long years. She was having food allergy. And all the spices, she could not, all the pulses, what all the pulses we used to eat, for each and everything she was used to get allergic. So nothing she could eat. All the edible things was allergic for her. It was really a problem for not only for her, for the family also. Because of her, they were unable to eat anything. So they may not be able to cook anything. Because a particular person at home, she may not be able to eat. So in front of her, they have to eat. It was a painful experience for them. So most of the time, they may be not cooking what all the things she was not able to eat. So it was a problem, she herself was feeling somewhat due to my illness, due to my allergy, my family also is suffering. So after her mother had taken first covenant here, and afterwards she herself came, and this is her second testimony. First testimony was about her daughter that already proclaimed here in this altar, and the second testimony, she herself got cure from this year back sufferings. So this year-long sufferings, she got cured by using the holy things, holy oil, applying holy oil, and she used to apply every day. All of us used to apply the holy oil while we were praying the covenant prayer, the apparition prayer. The same way she used to apply it on her face, and because due to this allergy, whenever she eat, she was specifically she is told that she was getting black mark on her face, only face or all over her face. She used to get black mark, and there were no cure for this. By using the holy salt, honey, and also applying the holy oil, blessed oil, she got cure. And now by seeing her, we can understand that now she herself is saying that she is eating everything. Now all the pulses she can eat. So she got cure, and that was her first testimony. And the second one, for passing a practical exam, she is doing MSc Environmental Science she is doing, and in that for the semester exam, with her children, she could not study anything. It is not because of she was lazy, but her circumstances, her situations made her in such a way. So she is a faithful follower, so that she used to hear, she used to listen all the testimony and the covenant retreat. Reverend Father V.P. Joseph, his covenant retreat also she used to participate. So once when she was listening the testimony, it is happened to hear, heard that there were children, means nursing students. They just wrote and kept their questions, means they selected some questions. They wrote and kept under the statue of Mother Mary, and they got the same questions in the exam. The same testimony sister only told in this, it is happened to, I myself only was just with them when they were proclaiming the testimony, those nursing students. And the same thing she is telling, that she herself did the same thing. 2 questions she selected, and she put underneath the statue of Mother Mary, and she prayed. And what happened? Afterwards, when the exam came, they have a selection of question papers. So the papers which she selected was not the things what she kept underneath the Mother Mary statue. It was something different. So she became so sad. What happened? Now what to do? But she was not discouraged. She had a hope. Something, Mother Mary will do something for me. Exactly it happened, because after getting the question paper, she put the holy salt on the question paper, because now she cannot do anything. She was giving everything under God's providence, so that she put holy salt on the question paper, and she made a sign of the cross. By the time the one who was standing beside her, the other girl, and she was also in a perplexed mood. This one is, she is asking, and Marin asked, what happened to you? Why you are so discouraged? Why you are so sad? So she also told the same thing. See, the question paper which I got is not what I studied. But nobody is willing to change the question paper. I mean, that they had a provision that if anybody is changing, ready to change the question paper, they can change. The university allowed that. So, with the permission of the examiners, they changed the question paper, and after all, the question paper which the other girl, which she given to her, was the exact questions which she wrote and kept underneath the statue of Mother Mary. And with the help of, already she was having the holy medal and holy salt. With carrying the holy medal, she completed the exam, and she felt so happy, and she got a good result. And then the third testimony, the certificate, she was not unaware of whether to get the certificate, but she applied. When she was applying, she thought, this certificate I may need it. But after applying only, she came to know that this certificate is unnecessary for me. It is not a benefit for me. I may have some other problem if I take this document. Then that also she left for the favor of Mother Mary and Jesus. Then when she went there, that also, how that certificate, it was not given to her. She herself, Anne Marin herself is telling, always we need the document from the university, but now God's plan was something else. Because of that, she did not get that certificate, and not getting that certificate was a favor for her. So, and each and everything at home, they are using the holy things, the holy oil, the Mother Mary's medal, and the holy salt, holy honey, everything they are using, and they are getting many advantages, because a small sickness, when they get a small sickness, even though the elderly people or the children, they are getting cured from this holy things. And after all, she was telling that this covenant life made her to make a holy life with Jesus. And now she is a true devotee of Jesus and a true disciple of Mother Mary. How she is living her life, she is spreading the good news of Jesus by distributing the Kreupasanam newspaper and the different languages she used to take. Those who are coming here, since she is in Goa, she cannot come over here all the 3 months. But whenever somebody is coming and she is coming to know that, she used to ask them to get newspaper, Kreupasanam newsletter in English language, and that she used to distribute in her locality. And also she used to confess. Maximum she used to confess within 2 weeks. But even if it is not happening, more than 3 weeks it will not go. And she used to listen the covenant prayer. It is a ritual in her life. So Mother Mary is telling, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Let thy will be done. In Luke chapter 1, verses 49, Mother Mary proclaims that the God the Almighty has done great things for me. And now the same way how Mother Mary is making herself as a disciple of God, those who are taking the covenant and those who are leading a covenant life, they are also doing the same thing. And there are so many testimonies there in our online media, our platform. We can see that in YouTube and all. So Anne Marie is telling, only the covenant life made me a true disciple of Jesus. It is a pleasure for us that many people, many educated people, they are coming and they are taking the covenant life, and they are a faithful devotee to Mother Mary, and they are true Mother Mary. They are going, all of us are going to Jesus. So let us dedicate this testimony at the feet of Jesus, and let us thank God for this family, as well as all the testimony what all the graces what they have already got from Mother Mary. And the main thing is, it is not by our merit, but the grace of God we are getting each and everything by dedicating our life at the feet of Jesus. Let us thank God. Let us clap our hands and thank God the Almighty.
അത്യപൂർവ ദൈവാനുഭവങ്ങൾ ഇനി നിങ്ങൾക്കും സ്വന്തം. ഈ യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനൽ ഇതുവരെ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ തന്നെ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക. ഈ വീഡിയോ ഇപ്പോൾ തന്നെ നിങ്ങളുടെ സുഹൃത്തുക്കൾക്ക് ഷെയർ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് കർത്താവിൻ്റെ പ്രേക്ഷിതരാകുക.